Imagine the entire economy as a deep and dangerous mine, and trucking is the canary inside. When the canary sings, the mine is safe. When its song fades, trouble is near. Over the last 2 years, that canary has been silent. Not with a sudden death, but with a slow, painful decline. Mile after mile, month after month. The result is the longest freight recession in modern history. 27 months of contraction. Longer than the Great Recession of 2008. Longer than the early 2000s downturn. And the question that matters now: are we still inside the darkness? Or is the canary about to sing again? Let's go back to where it all began. In 2021 and 2022, trucking was booming. Rates were high. Loads were everywhere. Carriers were desperate for drivers. Recruiters promised freedom and wealth on the open road. Social media was full of truck life videos. Young people saw drivers buying new rigs, sharing photos of cash payouts, posting hashtags like freedom and be your own boss. It looked like the American dream on 18 wheels. Banks offered easy loans. Dealers sold trucks at record prices. Used trucks that once cost $60,000 jumped to over $100,000. It felt unstoppable. But that boom was built on fragile ground. The pandemic had distorted everything. Factories shut down. Ports clogged. Demand for goods exploded. It was chaos. And chaos always creates bubbles. The truth? Many drivers who entered the industry in 2021 would not survive 2 years later. Because when demand cooled, rates collapsed. And costs? They kept climbing. Fuel surged. Insurance climbed higher. Maintenance became unpredictable. And interest rates, the silent killer, rose again and again. According to the American Transportation Research Institute, also known as ATRI, the average cost to operate a truck in 2023 was $1.77 per mile before fuel. With fuel, the real number was $2.26. And the average dry-van spot rate? Just $1.65 per mile. That means every mile on the road was a loss. Every mile was negative cash flow. Drivers used to say, if the wheels aren't turning, you are not earning. But in 2023, the wheels turned, and people still lost money. The closures began. April 2024. 7,474 carriers shut their doors. Thousands of trucks parked for good. Think about what that means in real life. A small town in Missouri. The local truck stop, once filled every evening, now half empty. A mechanic who specialized in long-haul rigs sees his customer base disappear. A family-owned carrier with 10 trucks loses 3 of them to repossession. It wasn't just companies. It was people. Dreams collapsing under the weight of debt and fuel bills. By early 2025, the data looked confusing. The Cass Freight Index showed volumes down 2.4% in June 2024, a month that should have been strong. In July, the dry van spot rate sat at $1.65 per mile. Costs remained at $1.77. Negative, once again. And yet, a strange shift appeared. In January 2025, the market was down just 0.9%. In February, spot load postings grew by 20%. Was this just noise or the start of something real? Capacity is still the problem. Since 2020, total fleet capacity expanded by more than 18%. Too many trucks. Not enough loads. Experts say it could take a decade to fully rebalance. Meanwhile, global trade is making things harder. Tariffs between the United States and China increased the cost of parts. Simple repairs became expensive. Carriers delayed buying new trucks. And manufacturers felt the pain. In July 2024, only 12,700 new Class 8 trucks were ordered, down 7% from the year before. The seventh straight month of decline. Used truck prices also fell. In May 2024, the average price dropped another 2.3%. This created a domino effect. Dealers, repair shops, insurance companies, fuel stops, all reported weaker business. And for consumers, the impact was clear. Fragile supply chains, empty shelves, grocery prices that rise when freight networks shrink. But history tells us something important. Trucking always recovers. In 2008, after the financial crisis, freight collapsed. But by 2010, the market was growing again. In 2020, during the pandemic, freight collapsed. But by 2021, rates hit record highs. The same cycle repeats. Pain, contraction, recovery. And now, maybe, we are at the first step of recovery. In February 2025, contract tonnage increased year over year. For the first time since early 2023. Some analysts believe the freight recession officially ended in March 2025. Others say it is too soon to tell. Either way, the change will not arrive with headlines or breaking news. It will arrive slowly. A carrier that finally breaks even. A driver who notices his fuel card balance lasts a little longer. A truck stop that begins to fill again on Friday night. That is how recovery feels. Not with fireworks, but with small, quiet signals. Like a canary singing again, softly, in the dark. The canary did not die in one moment. It faded slowly. And that is how it returns. Quietly. At first almost unnoticed. But the numbers from February 2025 matter. Tonnage finally moved higher. A signal that maybe, just maybe, the cycle is turning. Trucking is not dead. It is waking up from its longest downturn in modern history. And here is the rule to remember. If the mile does not pay, the truck does not move. When every mile pays again, the song will be louder. Not from charts. Not from analysts. But from the road itself. From the drivers. From the families. From the heartbeat of the economy. That is when we will know for sure the canary is singing again. If you want to follow this journey, subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. Because the next chapter in trucking is just beginning.